Forgive yourself for not knowing earlier what only time can teach. Release the guilt. Let go of the regrets of all the things that you didn't know that you were meant to experience in life. The mistakes, the shortcomings, the failures, the measly mistakes, the big, great failures, all of that. Some of these things you learn through life by living life, by experiencing life. Life doesn't all happen at once. Growth doesn't all happen at once. We go through these things to learn. We have lessons in order to build our strength, build our wisdom, build our intelligence. That's what life is. It's all a test. It's all things happening to us for us to experience. It's the human experience, the good, the bad, the ugly. The times where you're the happiest, the time when you're the saddest, the times where you're full of joy, the times you're full of hate. We're all these things in time in our life. Different days, different hours, different years. We fit different circumstances. We have different seasons of life. So stop forgiving yourself for being young and naive. Start forgiving yourself for being young and naive. Stop hating and beating yourself up for things that there's no way you would have known. You did something in college. You were still young and dumb. Heck, maybe you're older. Maybe it's your first time running a business and you're 50. Forgive yourself. You didn't know. You never ran a business before. You fell in love with the wrong person and you wasted years. Okay, now you learn what not to fall for again. You learn red flags of an abusive partner, of somebody that is a manipulator, of somebody that's not loyal. Like, congratulations. Like, go find the right person. Go find the right job. Go find the right career. Go find the right business. Go find the right city to live in. Like, why are you beating yourself up? Embarrassing moments make for great stories. You can look back at them and laugh. A guy at the gym, I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but I caught him just staring off and I was like, hey, you're in a deep thought, ain't you? And he was like, yeah, uh-huh. And then I seen him a couple days later and I said, how are you feeling? You done thinking about what you were thinking of? And he was saying basically he was just overthinking an embarrassing moment. And I said, well, now you can look back and laugh at it, right? And he started laughing. He's like, well, not really. I don't think I want to. And I said, well, you just did. And I just proved that you can laugh at your mistakes. You can laugh at your embarrassing moments. You can laugh at your failures. You can laugh at even things that sucked. Because at the time of it happening, when bad things are happening, you want it to be over. You want to close your eyes and pretend you don't exist. You want things to be better overnight. But sometimes you have to sit in the suck. Sometimes you have to sit in the grief. Sometimes you have to sit in the embarrassment. Sometimes you have to sit in the hurt and the pain for days, weeks, even years. But you don't have to sentence yourself to a lifetime of it, because eventually the pain will go away. Eventually the embarrassment will go away. Eventually the sting, whatever else will go away. And you have to truly live your life. You have to stop holding on to those moments and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing better. Forgive yourself for being young and naive. Forgive yourself for not knowing what the healthy relationships look like. Forgive yourself for not knowing what boundaries look like. Forgive yourself for not having a backbone and having confidence. Forgive yourself for not knowing better and not having the certain smarts, because you've never been in certain circumstances. You've never been in certain circles. You've never been in certain things in order to learn. So when the bad does happen, and all those other things I mentioned, when you're sad, embarrassed, hurt, pain, all these, know that you're growing in a sense. You're experiencing, and that it might not feel like it in the moment or the next day or the next week, but eventually you're going to look back and be like, man, I needed that. Because hindsight, depending on how you treat it and think, it can be the most awful thing ever. Because you start feeling with regret, you start feeling with these negative emotions. But like I said, when you start thinking, oh, this happened for a reason. This was a blessing to happen. I'm so glad that this happened. And I needed that pain. I needed that embarrassment. I needed that relationship to not work out. I needed that boss at my job to mistreat me. I needed this. You have a growth mindset. And congratulations. Once you have a growth mindset, you're unstoppable. Because nothing can no longer faze you. The good becomes great. The bad becomes good. The ugly becomes good. So nothing can hurt you, nothing can kill you, nothing can steal your joy, nothing can steal your dream, nothing can take the smile off of your face. It might do it temporarily, a bad day, a bad night, a bad week. But when you have the growth mind, you have the positive mentality, fortune favors the bold, but fortune and good things, benefit the optimist as well. The person that can still smile in spite of being hurt, in spite of pain, in spite of embarrassment, in spite of loss, of grief, in spite of losing anything. Nothing can no longer affect you. Life cannot affect you. The enemy cannot affect you. The devil cannot affect you. Your opposition, your opponents, enemies, whatever you want to call them, they can no longer do anything to you. They can't phase you. So consider it your superpower. Consider it something worth building that mind, building that growth mind, and understanding that you as long as you survive, everything's in your best interest. You learned something, no matter how bad it was. And then start to forgive yourself. Start to not have the guilt of not knowing better. Treat life as a beginner. I don't care if you're an actual beginner, you're 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old watching this video. You're still beginners at some point of your life of something, starting a new hobby, doing something new. So why beat yourself up? Smile, enjoy the journey. The ups and downs are going to be there. The good times are going to be there. The bad times are going to be there pretty much equally. But how do you maximize your life? How do you truly live your life? How do you not let the bad consume you? Continue to press forward and continue to make it a great life. This was Consistency Day 417. If you got anything from this message, I encourage you to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And other than that, wish you all peace and blessings on the journey.